Welcome back to the Bee's Business, or welcome if you are new here. Thank you for joining us. This is episode 4 in our newest series on this channel, House to Home. In this series, my husband Brandon and I tackle all sorts of do-it-yourself projects. We are currently working on the biggest DIY project we've ever tackled, designing and creating our master suite. We are taking this area from a raw space that consisted of just the exterior walls and windows to the master suite of our dreams. In today's episode, we are taking a trip to Lowe's to purchase some plumbing items, ventilation fans, recessed lighting, and a few other odds and ends. For fun, in the comments, share how much you think the final cost of today's trip will be. After installing the items we purchased, I'll share a recap of the space from a more zoomed out angle than you've ever seen it before, in an effort to help you feel the true size and layout of the space. I hope you'll enjoy seeing the changes in today's episode, and maybe you'll feel inspired to tackle a DIY project of your own. Remember, big or small, it all counts towards helping you take your space from a house to your own personalized, cozy home. Taking a little trip to Lowe's to get some items for the garage. Well, this is not at all what we're here for, but I'm finding this chair rather cozy. Oh, there's a little pup up there. We're currently acquiring a dryer vent because the washer and dryer are moving upstairs, so pretty basic.
Actually, one like that might even be better.
I think that's what we have now.
We have this, and the kids broke that. Not that they'd have access to break this one, but...
Oh, I thought we had one that looked like that.
And this one's brown, so it'll match the house better.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
It also
There's a white one too.
It's gonna be on the outside of the house.
I
which is
know,
this color.
it's gonna be on the outside of the back of the house. It really doesn't matter, but it's fine. Is there a less dusty one? That also doesn't matter.
Dusty one?
I know, that also doesn't matter, but...
So it's gonna go through the wall, and then you just need like a...
What is dunk? Like don't go back to Lowe?
Actually, no, you gotta go...
He said like
You gotta do a turn.
You're drunk on the wall.
I need a turn.
Yeah, because it's gonna be...
You like...
You know?
You like drunk on
Yeah.
the wall.
It's gonna go out the dryer, and then turn, and then...
Ew! That is disgusting.
But we need one in between also.
So the items we settled on for the dryer, this turny part, piece to go in between this and the turn.
That's gonna go right on the dryer and make a right.
Okay.
This is gonna go through the wall, and then this is gonna go between.
Those two. Okay. This is long enough? Yeah, that's long enough. Next up, we are discussing fans for the bathroom.
Humidity sensing? Wow.
That's fancy. $170 though.
I mean, do you see the...
I guess, like, yeah, right there, $169, right underneath it.
There's that $140 one.
Ugh, that's not much of a savings.
$120.
120 is nicer. Why are these things so expensive? That's Panasonic. Isn't there just like a simple... We just need it to suck up moisturized air and take it elsewhere. Why is that going to cost me over $100? Two? Why?
One for the bathroom and one for the poop room.
Oh, shoot. That's true. Oh my god. It's always so expensive when we come to Lowe's. But that's so ugly. Oh man.
What about this?
Okay, we're checking out this. How much was this one?
$21.
$21. That's not awful. I just wonder what kind of noise it makes. I don't know. I don't have to have it on when I'm like in the bath, right?
I mean, it would make sense, but you're gonna see this and it's not gonna be
If I'm just soaking in the tub, I have to have the fan on. I don't want to listen to that.
Well, okay,
I just want a nice quiet. I just want a nice quiet environment.
This is all you're gonna see in the ceiling. Like it's not.
That's great for the poop room. Let's get that definitely for the poop room.
Oh my god.
So these ones are
It's making my eyes roll.
I love the look of this one. We don't need a light in the fan, so I love the look of that one, but it's $160. And so that's excessive.
I don't know how you do
So
that.
there, it looks like there's... Well, these ones are rated in sound. All the brown ones are...
After much deliberation, we are going to go with 2 of these $22 options. They don't look awful. It's the one that Brandon just had out of the box. And honestly, there are other ways that I would rather spend money on upgrades for our master suite area versus investing all kinds of money in a fancier fan. So this is what we're going to go with.
Get out from under the carpet, please.
How many other people take things out of the packaging, 1, to see them, and 2, to make sure that the pieces that need to attach to them actually attach? We definitely do. Saves us some trips most of the time.
2 bathroom
We're
fans.
acquiring things. We found these that go out the soffit, so we're gonna try that out. Seems like it's gonna be a little
Like this?
less expensive to run it out to the soffit than if we went through the side of the house. We've moved on to plumbing fixtures. Let's check in his list. A casualty occurred in the creation of the garage or master suite area, and that was the death of Brandon's tape measure, so let's shop for a new one of those.
Ooh, which one? Which one?
Can are you gonna go different?
The Craftsman tape measure won out. The most expensive part of today's trip is going to be purchasing some lights. Yes, we need them. We're gonna need them. We purchased ones like this for the mudroom and really enjoyed them. But for our bedroom upstairs, we need these really shallow ones. So we're looking at, we need a lot of them. So I don't know, probably gonna get 1 or 2 boxes today. We are acquiring the final item that we need for today. How much do you think this trip's gonna cost? Would you like to drop your guess in the comments before we check out and I tell you the total? We got 2 boxes of these lights, quite a few fixtures. I don't know, I'm just gonna show you stuff because I don't even really know what they all are. But there you go. I'm betting $350-ish.
Gotta go down the...
Unfortunately, I was off in my estimate, but I wish I was correct. It was $450. So now that we have returned from $100 off,
The lights were almost $300.
a couple of weeks. That's true. Since we took that trip,
Yeah,
I'm going to give you an update
They were
on
definitely the most
how
expensive
the
part.
items we purchased turned out, as well as finally show off this space recording from my phone, which the advantage to doing that is that I can zoom out more and kind of really give you a better feel of the shape and size of this space. So some of the things we purchased included this stuff for the dryer. So that is all vented out through the side of the house there and is all set up and ready to go when we are ready to move the dryer up here. And if I back up, that gives you kind of a good idea of just how big that space is. And if you are just tuning in to this series, then you may not know, we are planning to put the washer and the dryer there. And then I would like some sort of folding area here, either along this wall or maybe even into the corner like an L shape with storage for laundry baskets underneath, because I'm going to try to be a little bit nicer to our clothing and actually separate things by colors, which I don't typically do. And then over on this side, the plan is just to finish it off and kind of see what the space evolves into. I'm not sure. I'm now having some ideas that maybe I want to put my treadmill here and use this as a little tiny workout nook and then have that be a craft room. So I'm not sure entirely how this space will turn out. We will see, because the one problem that I realized a little while after deciding my treadmill could go here is that we wanted to actually probably remove up to about there worth of space and open this up into a nice big opening so it doesn't just look like a doorway. And the room on the other side would allow for us to do that on this side of the door, but as you can imagine, not on this side, because that is the roof line, and so you really can't go any further over because it's not going to be usable space to walk through. So this is our only side to be able to do that, and that would probably prevent my treadmill from being able to go there, but maybe not. I'm not sure. So like I said, don't really know for sure how we're using that space, but those are some of the ideas that I have in mind right now. Moving onward, I have all of the lights on, all the lights that we have installed anyway, which is a lot of them, but not all of them. This is the hallway space. Here's that bonus room that we're either going to turn into my workout room or craft room. Undecided. Up until this point, it has been consistently called the workout room, but we'll see. So you can kind of get an idea of the floor size or the sizing of the space. I should measure it, but I don't remember. I think in episode 1, actually, when I showed all of the different floor plans we worked through, the dimensions of the rooms was on that. So if you're super curious, you could go back to episode 1 and check that out. But there is that room. Continuing on down the hall, here is a better look from that zoomed out angle of Brandon's closet. No lighting in here yet, but a very good sized space. Moving along to my closet, a little bit bigger than Brandon's, which, you know, being the woman in the house, that makes sense, right? And then let's go bedroom next and save bathroom for last. So here's the bedroom. I'm gonna come over to this corner and give you a look of the room from there. So this is that space. And again, if you're tuning in for the first time, we're thinking we're putting our bed in that area. That was going to be my crafting nook. And I still think I'd like a desk there. That would be a great space to film for YouTube because there'll be so much natural light coming in from not only the sliding door, but also the 2 windows on this wall. And that other room doesn't get any natural light, which is the best lighting to have when you are doing videos. So still we'll probably have a desk there, but I'd like to, I think, have the bulk of my crafts down in that other space. Like I said, time will tell. And then here, I've decided that I want the fireplace to be cornered on that wall so that we're looking at it pretty directly from the bed. And then we'll have a couple of comfy chairs, I'm thinking, in that space. So it's kind of like a little seating nook, and TV here. And that will be that. And we will have some space here in this corner because the bed's going to be way over there. I'm not really sure how I plan to use this corner yet. Time will tell. But that is a little bit of a better look for you on the shape of this space. I'm going to go to the opposite corner now and give you a view from the other side. And then I think that's going to be pretty good for you. So that's how this area is looking. And total side note, these guys are up here, and my idea was that they were going to kind of incubate because a couple weeks ago we had a very warm week, and it was nice and warm up here, and I thought, how perfect, it's like a greenhouse. And then it got really cold. So there are some seedlings in here. I don't even know if I can call them seedlings yet. There are some seeds in here. And they're not really at the point where they would have sprouted yet. I'm hoping they'll come up. I put some annuals in there and some perennials. These are the ones that go in front of our garage, but because I'm starting them from seed, they need to be indoors for a little bit longer. Maine is taking a little while this year to really just decide to give us some warm temps and then keep them consistent. So hopefully these little babies will come up. I am an avid plant lover, and I do have a video on my channel about tips and tricks for keeping your houseplants healthy and happy. So if you are also a fellow plant lover, you might want to check that one out. But I digress. Here's the box from those fans, ventilation fans that we bought. We bought 2. And let's head to the bathroom now. There is no lighting in here. Ooh, but actually this is looking pretty good with the lighting from the hallway coming in, so that's good. Here's one of the vents. And so an example of, like, we're not professional designers or construction people. This is not our profession by any means, so an example of us just like trying to think things through as logically as possible so that we don't make any long-term mistakes. When we were putting this vent in, Brandon had said, oh, it'll be super easy to just vent it straight out the house that way. And so we thought, okay, yeah, that's going to be simple, just straight out. And then I thought, but do we really want to be venting straight out above a window? Because not in the winter, of course, but in the summer months, we're going to want to have this window open. And then if we have the vent on, we're going to be venting out the house, and then it's going to come right back in the window. So I made that point before he did any of the work, and he was like, oh, that's a valid point. So instead, it's not a ton different, but the vent goes this way and then out right over there. So it's in between the two windows. So hopefully it'll help a little if the windows were open. And then we also had that same thought with the vent is not completely in here. It's going there, or is that for the light? No, I think it's going, I don't know. The vent's going somewhere up here. There's the hose for it, and that has been run outside. And we were just going to vent this straight out the window and have the vent above the window here, but that does not make sense because who wants to vent stinky poop air out and then have it waft back in the window? So that is also, they're right next to each other out there. If the light were on, I would just open the window and show you because this one doesn't have a screen. We've had a time with these screens, let me tell you. Nope, we do have a screen on that one now, so I guess I'm not going to show you, but it's right out there anyway in the, that's not called a sill, but it has a name and I can't think of it right now. I do remember that this window has a screen in it too, but they're right out there anyway. So that's an update on the items that we purchased at Lowe's. Vents are in, and like you saw over there, the dryer hose is all run. And I think that's the bulk of what we bought that day. Oh, we did buy some more of these lights on that day, and those are all the ones that went up here in the hallway. Brandon and a family friend of ours were doing some work trying to figure out exactly how to wire these lights so that they would function, because they are considered a three-way light, because this switch here will turn them off or on, but then also down here in the bedroom we have a switch that will turn them off or on as well. This switch here will turn them off or on. So as you can see, they are functioning properly, but it did take a little bit of a team effort to get them to that point. But other than those couple of things, there's not too much different going on around here since the last episode in this series, and that's just largely because we are in the spring season, and that means Brandon is working full time and the kids are back in sports, so we are not home an awful lot. And then when we are home, the last thing we want to do is spend all of our time over here. So of course we want the space done, but we just have to find the balance and take it, not slow, but take it along in a manageable way. So we're just kind of biding our time for the next 4 weeks. No, it's not even 4 weeks. Oh, we are on, we have like 1 week left of April at the time that I'm filming this, and Brandon is out of school after the first week and a half in May. So he is planning to use about a month before we are out of school. So when he's out of school until mid-June, those 4 or 5 weeks, he's planning to take that time to just really work hard up here and see if he can get it to the point where it is livable in this bedroom for us to move over here and at least have our closets done. And the ideal will be that we'll have doors in the closet that can close to keep everything that we put in there dust and dirt free. And we're planning to be able to hang some plastic in this opening so that our bedroom space can be clean and whatnot. We're not planning to make a ton of like dust and dirt and such, but like I've mentioned, the bathroom is not going to be done for a good little while. We've taken out loans along the way to get to this point with this space, and while we do have the option to take out some additional loans, that's kind of a last resort. We're trying to do what we feel is best financially to make this project a reality for us, but also not to accumulate more debt than we have to. So we're really trying to finish off the rest of this space without taking out any additional loans. So that is why we are okay with just taking it slow on the bathroom. We have other functioning bathrooms, and time will give us the funds to be able to just do it without any other loans, or that's the goal. So there's your update. And the updates will hopefully show more progress in the near future because, as I mentioned, Brandon is almost out of school for this year, and then he has a good chunk of time off before his summer class that he teaches will start and before we're out of school. So he will just have lots of time during the day to commit himself to this lovely project of ours. All right, well, thank you for joining us on this episode. I think this is the 4th episode of the House to Home, and I'm really loving this series. I hope that you are as well. Do-it-yourself projects are... Oh, we have a little moth in here. Hi, buddy. Look at that little guy. You're gonna have to go outside. You're not gonna be able to find any food in here, bud. Do-it-yourself projects are something that Brandon and I love. We love do-it-yourself projects. Partly because we're usually saving money when we DIY things around here, but even more than that, I love DIY projects because I'm making my space more my own. I'm doing something that I love to my space, making it just perfect for myself, my family, those of us who live in this home. And that feels really good. And inevitably, it almost always adds value to our home. And that also feels really good. So DIY projects are right up our alley, and we have no shortage of them planned for our house, even when this space is done. When this space is done, which will be a little while from now, we have a few other things we'd like to do inside the house, and then we want to move outside. We've taken care of our front yard, and that area is looking beautiful. But the backyard, I was going to turn on the light, but I forgot. It's all wired, but we don't actually have a switch to turn that little pretty on. So you can't really see the backyard right now, but it's functional, but it's not exactly the space of our dreams. So that is a space that we will plan to invest some time and energy and effort and money into when this area is done. So the DIY projects are, how do I want to say this? There's no shortage of DIY projects around here. So if you are loving this series as well, please like these videos, subscribe to our channel, continue to hang out with us. We absolutely love the little community that is steadily growing here at the Bees Business. And we just look forward to making more and more connections with all of the people who enjoy our videos. I decided that maybe you would like to see my face when I'm talking to you, so here I am. As I was mentioning, I really appreciate you joining us for this episode in our House to Home series. I also wanted to give you a little sneak peek, not really sneak peek, I guess, I've shown it off before, but a little look at a piece of my merch This sweatshirt also has this little addition down the sleeve. This is the official Bees Business logo on a sweatshirt. It comes in all kinds of colors, and I have a variety of other items on my website as well. So check it out if you'd like at BrittanyBechard.com. Spelling on that is BrittanyBechard. So thank you again for joining me. I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Bye. Good night, sweet bedroom space. Room space.